What's going on, everyone? Conservative Video Dipper here. If you got a dip, pack a lip. I saw a little Facebook video from Tim Pool talking about him asking the question of will he quit because of the fact that conservatives are allegedly having their lives threatened because of what we do and because of what he does. And he answered that question with no, he's not going to quit. And I thought about, that same question because of the fact that it is kind of getting dangerous being a conservative and talking about what we are talking about and what I do and exposing the left and exposing what the media is doing and exposing the hypocrisy of not just the liberals, but calling people out that are part of the liberal media industrial complex that are complying with it. And before I give you my answer, I would like to remind you all that it is not easy doing this. It is not easy at all doing what we do because there are conservatives that are allegedly having alleged death threats on their lives, like Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, after the alleged murder of Charlie Kirk. Things have gone downhill for a lot of conservatives, and conservatives do have to worry about what happens now because the left are getting very evil. They are getting very vindictive. And the problem, that Tim did mention was that conservatives do need to start not worrying about what is going on between Candace and TPUSA, but worry more focused on calling the crap out that is going on with the left, what is going on here. And what is happening is that too many people are focusing on what's going on between Candace and TPUSA, and they're not focusing directly on what is going on with the bigger picture of we are having a bigger threat, which is the liberals doing what they're doing and allegedly saying the things that they're saying, and it's going allegedly unchecked. And we can't allow that to go unchecked. We can't allow them to allegedly just be able to allegedly say the things that they can say and allegedly do the things that they are allowed, that they're allegedly doing. And for me, as a conservative and as somebody who has been doing this for almost 5 years now, I will not quit either. Tim Pool said it best that, this is what we got to do. We got to put up the fight. We got to keep going, because if this is what we do to continue to help conservatives like possibly J.D. Vance get elected and keep people like Gavin Newsom from being elected, then so be it. We don't want somebody like Gavin Newsom elected as president. We don't want people that can do a lot of damage to our country elected. And if it takes us conservatives to do our job and sit here and be able to call this out and say what we got to say, and yes, conservatives are definitely risking a lot. It is a risk every day that, yes, alleged conservatives are running every day because the left are becoming more and more alleged radicalized as the days go on, then the conservatives are going to do what they got to do. And for me, I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to continue to call the radicalization out as it needs to be called. And I'm not afraid. Now, a lot of people are probably going to wonder, well, conservative, why aren't you afraid? Because maybe it allegedly has never happened to you. Maybe you've never been allegedly threatened. Well, you don't know that. And I'm not going to tell you whether I have or have not allegedly been threatened. But I will tell you this. For one, I'm not afraid because, one, I know that God is with me. And two, because I know that when I'm doing something that is speaking truth and it pisses off the side that hates it the most, I know not only that I'm doing a good job at what I do, but when all conservatives or people like Tim Pool and Benny Johnson, and you got people like Charlie Kirk who are doing that, you got people out there that are doing things like that and saying things that they're saying, and the left are getting pissed at us, and like me, who are getting out there saying things, calling out the left for what they're doing, and the left are getting pissed at it. You know that we're doing a good job. You know that that is God's work right there. That is us working, proving day in, day out that we are not only exposing it, but they're mad because they know, again, they're deflecting, that it is them that is truly what they are. They are showing their true colors. And it is something that, yes, they are getting very ugly and nasty about, because it is scary. A lot of conservatives do have to worry about that, because conservatives are allegedly being silenced, and people don't think that. People think, no, conservatives can't be silenced because, they're not trying to silence you guys. Yes, they are. They are trying to silence us. They are trying to get rid of us by shushing us up, because they don't want us to speak the facts that when we call out the radical left, the Democrats, the progressives, and the hypocrisy that the Democrats are doing, they are scared, because they know that what will happen is, if we call this shit out continuously, consecutively, people are going to start understanding more and more that the Democrat Party are the absolute intolerant. They are the party of the hateful party, the bigotry, the racists, the homophobes, the misogyny. They are the ones doing all of this continuously, consecutively. They aren't going to stop. And they are the ones that are allegedly violent. And they are violent. They are allegedly more violent and more intolerant as the days go on. And that proves that because we do our work, and we do our best work, that's why they get more allegedly violent. Because we are speaking truth, stronger and more factual, with factual evidence to back up our claims. And they don't have evidence against Trump or us, and they can't prove anything against us. They can't prove the Republicans or the MAGAs are the bad people. They want to make accusations against us. But here's the problem. Majority of those accusations are false. They are hideous, they are gross, and they are malicious, facetious, and they are just absolutely wrong and misinformation. And this is what happens when conservatives like Charlie Kirk, Benny Johnson, Tim Pool, me, we try to speak out because we care for the people. We want the people to know that there are voices out there that do care, not only for the truth, but for the people that want to hear the truth, that really don't want to hear the false news, but want to be told the truth, that don't want the liberal media industrial complex to tell them, let us think for you. They want to think for themselves, because that's what conservatives do. They think for themselves, because that's a rational, normal human being thing, to think for yourself. And that's what scares the Democrats. That scares the liberals, because they cannot comprehend that it's okay to think for yourself. It's okay to have a conversation without being violent, allegedly trying to react violently. It's okay to disagree politically without feeling the need to react in a very bad way, or trying to say things that you shouldn't say, or you would never say online normally to anyone, or make alleged threats towards people because you disagree with them politically. The left cannot handle that because they're scared, because they know not only the conservatives have started to realize more and more that thinking for yourself is actually better and wiser, but it means that we understand the truth, and the concept of truth frightens them because they are allergic to truth. They hate truth when it comes to the fact that when the Epstein files come out, you want to bet more than anything, we know who's going to be on those files more than Trump. We know who's probably allegedly going to be on those files. And they can't handle that. They can't handle the facts that we probably already know who's going to be on those files. They can't handle that. They don't like that. They don't like the fact that we know the already given truth. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the cost of being a conservative. You have to be willing to risk. Everything. You have to be willing to speak for the many. You have to be willing to speak for those that stand for the same thing that you stand for, and not back down and be petty like these lefties are. You have to be willing to stand against the storm with God on our side and say, no matter what, we will get through this together. We will get through this storm, and we will be okay, and we will manage, because we know one thing to be true. Not that we just have God on our side and they don't, but we have each other. We have each other. We have each other as MAGA. We stand strong because we stand for the American family tradition value. We stand for what our forefathers stood for. We stand for the Constitution. we stand for what we believe in. One nation under God, for the republic for which it stands. One nation under God. Not democracy, but a republic. Our rights will not be infringed. Our rights will not be taken away. Our rights, sure as hell, will no longer be touched by the evil hands of the Democrats. Because we have Trump telling the Democrats, you try to infringe the people's rights, or you try to do anything to the American people, you will go to jail. You will be charged with treason, and rightfully so. We have Trump as a leader, not a god. We don't see Trump as a god. We see him as a president, not a political figure, but as a president who is a leader, who leads us to the way that America should, the values of the American people, the way that America values and should always value the land, the people, and our rights, and our liberties, and our Constitution. By not infringing or destroying it or taking it away, but by protecting it, by protecting the people, by doing, yes, certain things that may piss off the liberals, like arresting illegal immigrants, that definitely, again, will piss off the liberals. Having to deal with Antifa, alleged terrorists that are here on our homeland. Having to deal with the diversity issues that we are going through here. We have President Trump going through this right now. This is the storm that we are riding through with Trump. But you know what? That man has gone through so much hell and back with accusations against alleged rape, alleged sexual assault, alleged pedophilia, alleged fraud. But that man stood for all of us. All of us. And he stood for us. And he still stands for us today. And God bless that man for doing what he did. Still standing for us today. And he never backed down. He never batted an eye and said, fuck you all, I'm leaving you all. In the cold. He never turned his back once on us. Never. He always stood for us. And he always stood right beside us. Because that's what a leader does for us. And that's what Trump did for us. He stood right beside us. And that's what we need to do for Trump. Is stand beside him. And continue to support him. As a conservative, I will continue to support Trump. I will continue to do my job as a conservative. Come hell, high waters, or high seas, I don't care if my life is threatened. I don't give a shit. I will continue to stand with my president. Because my president is doing a hell of a damn good job. And he's not only pissing off liberals by doing a hell of a damn good job, but he's keeping the promises that he made. And he's not backing down on them. And he made his promises, and he made do with them. And I hope you all conservatives stop worrying about what's going on between Candace and TPUSA and start realizing we got bigger fucking issues than this issue between Candace Owens and TPUSA. You all need to get your head out of the sand and start seeing that we have the midterms that will be coming up very quickly. And we can't lose what we have already. If we lose and we get Gavin Newsom in office, we're fried. We're fried. And we're not going to get to where we want to be. We need to get somebody like J.D. Vance in office, who is a conservative. Somebody that is like Trump. And J.D. Vance would be my answer. I would support him 100%. Because he would be somebody that is like Trump, that we know who would get the job done. Because he would stand against the Democrats, just like Trump. He would stand in the storm, and he would stand with us and stand beside us and say, you know what? You folks know that no matter what, no matter how much hell or high water we're going through, I still love you guys, and you folks, we're going to get through this. J.D. Vance needs to be reelected in 2028. We cannot allow a Democrat to win at all. If we allow a Democrat to win, we're fried. And that's just it right there. So all of you Republicans and you MAGAs need to start focusing more on the bigger picture of what really is going on right now. Get your head out of between Candace and TPUSA and start worrying about this. Start focusing on these things. Realize that right now, what's going on between all of us is that right now, we are right now in the midst of a big storm. That we're fighting to not be silenced, to not allegedly have alleged threats be thrown at us, or allegedly be harmed, or allegedly have the Democrats trying to do things towards us because they don't like us. We're fighting to stay afloat, if you will. And you guys are battling in between each other, between Republicans and MAGA, like it's a sandbox issue, a little kitty sandbox issue, and that's stupid. We need to focus on the real issue here, at topic at hand. The fact that there are conservatives allegedly being targeted a lot because of our belief, our political belief. That conservatives are allegedly being targeted because of their political belief and their Christianity values, their religious values, and their religious beliefs. A lot. By alleged Democrats. And it's ridiculous. It's illegal. And it should not be allowed. But guess what? We need to stick together. So are you with us? Or are you going to continue to be throwing sand at each other? You choose. But I'm going to be the conservative that's going to start working hard. I'll see you guys later.